and then I have to click a thing. And now we're ready.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Spaceships and Squids. A few announcements for tonight. We've got a bunch of one-shots coming up. Roka, Idris, you are in the wrong thing. We've already got a session going for this one. It's session 33. You are in the wrong section of notes.
Whoops.
Yep.
Try again. Announcement.
Yeah, it is appreciated.
Yes, all of the one-shots that have been coming up for the past month are actually coming up now.
Yes, they are.
In the same week.
This coming weekend, this Sunday even, at 3:30, we're going to have Masquerade of Peace, a 5e one-shot, run by our lovely DM Briar. I can talk. Next week, on the 31st, time to be determined, we've got Shadows of Pittsburgh, a Call of Cthulhu one-shot. You get to see us play in a different system, which is run by me, featuring Briar, Ash, Travis, Josh, and Kyle, and someone that you haven't seen on stream yet, our lovely friend Risha. And then
you guys are
new
gonna
masters.
love Risha.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love Risha's character. I'm so excited. And then new Masters of Moorgrave Keep is currently on hold and maybe changing to a Star Wars one-shot. More info to come. That will be run by Travis, and if it is at either way, I am going to be playing in it because, oh my god.
Star Wars.
Exactly. Thank you, Idris. And with that, those are all our announcements out of the way. So, Travis, if you would like to do our recap.
Kyle has an announcement.
Yeah, hang on. I may also be running a one-shot. I don't know if I want to stream it or not. Watch this space. If it ends up getting streamed, we'll announce it on the Twitter.
If we end up doing it on one of the dates that we choose, it will replace next week's episode, in fact.
Yeah.
Because that would be the Tuesday the 27th, potentially.
We wouldn't have an episode next week anyway. Because of our lovely DM schedule.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, then that means Tuesday works perfectly for me as well, because I'd rather not call out on a Wednesday.
Understandable.
Yes, him.
All right, yeah, cool. Watch this space. Anyway, recap. Sorry to interrupt.
Uh-oh.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Last we left off, we were on a broken spaceship. Well, what once was a broken spaceship. It's now been reduced to floating slag. The party found an entity, neither living or dead. It was a strange thing, something feared by entities that the party know is far more powerful than they are. And they let it leave peacefully, without angering it. After that, they blew the ship to Kingdom Come and decided to go on their way. So tonight, we pick up with Janice hurtling through the void. So, Idris.
Say aye, Captain, is that too off the mark?
Do what?
If I say aye, Captain, is that too off the mark?
No, it's too on the mark, actually.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Listen to Janice say open space.
Excuse me.
Alright, I'm sorry. Travis. You were addressing Idris.
Hold on. This is something I need to go through Briar for.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that's always fun.
Talking as Janice. Robot voice time. Wait, does that mean fuck. Now my brain's on SpongeBob stuff, so does that mean Janice is Karen?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyways, New message received.
Open.
Opening.
Sips tea.
Hello? Is this thing on? I'm not so great with this sort of stuff. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the red light. Hello, Captain Idris. This is, Charis. We met on a planet a while back. I do have some news for you. Well, I don't like giving bad news over the phone.
Just spit it out.
Well, okay, you remember that brazier you found that you had to find for that thing, whatever it was?
Yes.
Well, I've done some looking back at home, and well, how do I put this nicely? The brazier is a part of a collection of relics that, if combined, could theoretically do what was it I wrote? This is in character too. Death on scale unprecedented.
Well, that's something to have good forewarning for. Thank you for letting us know. Where are you contacting us from?
I'm currently contacting you from a planet called... Oh, what's the name of the planet? And this is out of character because I haven't named this planet yet. I did name it. I just need to pull it up in my notes. This planet is called Suka Prime. It's on a fringe of a small solar system. It's mostly what could be considered a pleasure world. Not in that way, but it's like a resort world. I use it for studying sometimes.
Leisure. I think leisure is the word you were looking for, not pleasure.
Yes, probably.
All right, understood.
I do have one more warning. There's something working with the bone claw. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's been following you.
I think I can safely say we have had the time of meeting it. Thank you for your forewarning. What else are the relics? Did you find out any mention of the other relics involved in that collection, which, if when combined?
Well, I'm still looking into them. I only found mention of the brazier, and that's what led me back to the relics as a whole. But I did find this news about a wand. I'm not sure what it's fully called, but rumor has it that it is currently somewhere on a planet called New Mexico.
Interesting. Well, thank you for letting me know.
If you could potentially recover it and bring it to me for safekeeping, I can give it over to an organization that safeguards relics like these. They're very good friends of mine.
That's a good organization to know. What's the name of the organization?
Damn it, Roka, or damn it, Idris. You're making me come up with names.
Yes. I'm glad we can aggravate you in this way, Travis.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. Don't be.
No, this is fun.
No, I am. I really am. I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. You're good. You're fine.
The name of the organization is called the Myriad. They safeguard various dangerous relics. I think one of my close friends that are a part of the organization are actually on New Mexico right now. She does a little bit of traveling here and there, but well, I think you'll find her quite interesting to talk to, at least.
Could you give us her contact so that we might potentially find more information as needed when on the planet?
Well, she doesn't exactly have contact information. She just kind of shows up.
How about a name?
Her name is Rosa. She runs a small little store, and it just kind of shows up. I don't know how. It deeply unsettles me whenever she does that, but...
Oh, so it shows up whenever it's required? Like a store of requirement?
No. I don't know how to explain it because it can't be explained.
Fair enough. Alright. Thank you for informing us. Have you any other information specifically on whatever entity you believe is following us? And whatever is teamed up with the Bone Claw? Is the Bone Claw working for it? Is it working for the Bone Claw?
Well, I've spent a lot of my time researching the relics, so I don't have a lot of information on those yet, but I'll be trying my hardest. I'm really hard at work right now. And you can just hear, would you like more of your drink? No, thank you, not right now.
I'm sure you are very busy right now, and I'd hate to stop you from getting back to what you're taking care of.
A true man of his blood.
I just have one question, actually.
Of course.
And please forgive me if I'm wrong, my math's not what it used to be. But if I'm correctly, your last name's Luke.
Yes, it is.
It's, I actually ran across that name somewhere else. Is yours a very extensive family?
It was once. The history's kind of been obscured nowadays. It's really hard to dig back into my ancestry, even though I would really like to.
Really? Well, perhaps when this is over we can meet up. I might have information.
You do?
Unsure. When this is over we can meet up.
Thank you so much.
Well, enjoy your drink. Have a lovely stay on Leisure Planet. And I will I will keep being hunted by the Bone Claw and taking care of your dirty work for you.
Once again, a true man of his blood.
Love that.
I love Idris so much.
Look, at
As
least
captain.
Robin was willing to roll up his sleeves and get his arms deep in it. Wait.
Sometimes.
You're digging yourself a hole there, buddy. Put down the shovel.
Yeah, I'm putting down the shovel.
Idris pressed end call.
And Charis just
Janice.
kind of winks off the stream.
Janice,
Yes, Captain.
the transmitter he was connecting in from, was it actually where he claimed it was?
Todd.
Odd.
Pod? Like the
God.
fish?
Travis God. Like Ro God. Rod.
Travis. Todd.
Rod, Bod, and Todd.
Todd.
Tracy. The signal indeed was coming from Suka Prime.
Thank you, Janice.
You're welcome.
Alright. In that case, please summon the crew to the bridge, and we do need Beast this time.
So over the announcement system, everybody, wherever the fuck you're hiding, Summoning crew to bridge upon Captain Idris's request. All crew members, including UVs, are required.
But I'm busy.
Idris opens the intercom and says, "I need your expertise. I'm sure it can wait." Put out the fire. Unplug the electrical and the soldering machine. Make sure nothing's about to get on fire, and take the explosives away from anything that might make them blow up. But then please get your butt up here.
What's she building in there?
I wasn't doing any of that.
Sure.
It just looks at Janice. It just looks at Janice with a, yeah. I don't think.
I'd like to imagine she was just constructing like a tiny little music box.
That explodes.
That's still just as liable to explode as anything else.
For continuity's sake, where is Beast's room on the ship?
Vise is honestly probably staying with someone else. She's probably staying with Farida right now, to be honest, just because Farida would be the one most willing to give up part of her room.
Isn't Farida rooming with Karasi, or do we all have our own rooms?
Everyone has their own rooms, save for Val and Azire, who are sharing a room.
Okay.
Honestly, sharing it with Karasi probably wouldn't be the worst idea. Consider Artificer.
Yeah, that's true.
Mean.
Well, there's already probably a workbench and stuff in there, and
yeah.
Val does have his own room. He's just never used it.
Yeah.
Because if I recall correctly, it started out like Val didn't have a room, so he had to share with Azire. Val now has a room again, but is still staying with Azire.
Yep. Yeah. We give
Has anybody confronted him about that? I don't think anybody's confronted
sure. We
him
probably
about it.
gave Vise Val's room.
That's
that tracks.
So Vise is probably first up on the bridge.
Yeah. Farida comes rushing in after her with Orange Blossom and Apple Blossom on each shoulder.
It just gives them each a welcoming scritch under the chin.
Have we taken a long rest yet?
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
We have. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a couple days at this point, right?
I was gonna say, I assume so. I figured I was going to ask because that affects my entrance more than anything else.
Of course it does.
My God.
Fucking warlock.
Oh God.
I was going to bring the
Derogatory.
Drake with me
Oh, valid. No, that's
because
fair.
I had one summoned.
Fair.
I want a new friend. Come on.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Karase will walk with Abbott, like just like sitting on her shoulder. Which, to be clear, because I went through the notes, it is spelled Abbet. So you don't have to do it now, but
Okay.
just yeah, because I noticed it before. And Abbott is kind of like using his little like legs and kind of just rubbing his face, similarly to a cat, kind of when they kind of just like rub. And she's also just like taking like the pad of her finger and just patting Abbott.
It's like Morgan probably walking at a leisurely pace, having been studying that his newfound magic item and all the terrible magic that lies within it.
Yeah, you're probably attuned to it by now.
Yep.
Yeah, if you get into it, you can add that shit to your inventory. Have fun.
Yep, this is gonna be fun.
So, fun fact, I totally just realized I am a bad wizard, and I have not been taking proper care of everyone I need to be taking proper care of.
Oh?
Idris has a familiar. I think this is news to the entire stream.
Oh.
Yes, Zosha, a raven named Zosha.
Right.
Zosha is my friend. And Zosha accompanies me at all times. Because who doesn't want a friend that hangs out with them all the time and can fly? There.
So you're telling me the captain of the Void ship has a bird on their shoulder?
Yes.
This turns into a space pirate arc. I'm here for it.
I'm
There's
so
like
here for it.
some connection
This-
going on
You're
here
not
that I
far
don't quite
off.
get.
You're actually not
Already
far off.
pirate.
So just because you said that, I have to multi-class into Swashbuckler Rogue now.
As a
Please,
Zire,
for the sanity of your DMs, please don't.
I'm not actually gonna do that. I do not know how to play rogues, and also
Alright.
this is not.
when Azire
Happy
sees
first symbol.
everyone walking in with their companion animals, you just see them kind of minor illusion, a small cat with horns and a spiked tail made of smoke, reminiscent of something you may have seen slinking around their home back home.
Yeah, Val does not have a Drake out. So we had a long rest. The Drake goes away. I'm not going to use a charge to bring an animal companion with me now. I may need that later.
Fair enough.
So walking in behind Vise, you
Huh?
see this chassis of what seems to be a dog that's just kind of balancing on 3 legs because the 4th one hasn't been attached yet.
Travis, are you
And-
giving me an MIT dog?
Seriously, on a scale of Boston Dynamics to Goddard from Jimmy Neutron, what are we talking here?
My scale was actually gonna go from Boston Dynamics to K9 from Doctor Who.
Yes,
Yep.
correct.
K9.
This is actually a fully articulated, like, wolf adjacent. It just doesn't have all of the external plating on it. You can see all the wiring and
Oh, that's
the
sick.
mechanics inside.
So closer to Boston Dynamics, dog,
Kind of.
but
It
like
just
more,
It just
but
blinks.
more dog-like,
If they actually made it look like a dog and rather just
dog
a
shape. Yeah.
quadrupedal
So-
animal.
It just looks at the chassis and looks at V's.
But I've been busy. I couldn't
And
sleep.
it says, Janice has things that can help you sleep if you need to ask her for them.
Well,
and-
I mean, I don't even think a firm bonk to the head would put me out after finding a strange note in my book.
Are you sure about that?
Merida just goes, I'm
what
sorry,
strange
a
note?
what?
What happened, V's? What strange note?
And you can see her, like, open the pocket of her coat, reach down up to her elbow, fish around for a moment, and then pull out, like, this leather-bound... Actually, I can show you exactly what it looks like. This leather-bound notebook.
Ooh.
And unhooks it, opens it up, flips like halfway through, and opens it up, and you can see in blood written very delicately in like sweeping letters, I'm watching.
Don't like that.
Please, I'm hoping this doesn't ever happen again. But on the off chance it does, and this goes for the rest of you folks too, this needs to be brought to the attention of the crew immediately.
Understandable.
When did
Merida nods.
this show up, V's?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but it showed up. It was there when I looked 2 nights ago.
Oh gods. Would 2 nights ago line up with after I blew up that ship and we flew away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was afraid that would be the answer.
Great. That asshole.
Okay. Taken into account, I want a thorough search of the ship, followed by preferably the buddy system moving forward.
Yeah, I would like to cast Detect Magic on the
I was actually gonna say Zero reaches their hand out to Vis. Could I see that for a moment?
Okay,
Also,
so
I would like everyone to
who
make
of
a
us
perception
is
check.
doing that?
Oh,
Ah,
shit.
shit.
Alright, everyone make a perception check.
Who
Ooh, very nice.
Ash, is Val or Azira gonna do that? Because if I do it with a pack slot, I can take a short rest
What?
and get that back.
What?
Oh
30.
no.
That 29.
Christ.
That's what I
Hey.
29.
Nat 1!
Oh,
It had to come from somewhere.
Or a
people got
2.
Two people got it.
That's
Three.
If
hold
you,
on.
okay,
Rip.
let me put it to you this way, since we have so many people. If you rolled above a 20,
High DC.
as V turns to look at Azire, her hair kind of shifts, and you can see that a small bit of hair has been cut off her head.
Oh,
Surprising.
no.
Farida sort of blinks and goes,
like
Beast, when did you start missing your hair?
That's such a fucking fair way to put that.
Farida is delightfully autistic, and I love her.
Because the missing hair is like right here, thereabout. So she's like, what?
Farida makes her hold still for a second and sort of picks up the piece of hair and sort of brings it around a little bit and then compares it to a piece of hair directly next to it so Vise can see that it's now shorter.
Her hair isn't that long to be able to bring it around to the front of her head.
My hair only goes down to my shoulders and I can do that.
Mirrors.
And I
Well, that works too.
may I roll whatever check you so deem it that I would like to self-analyze my brain for what spells would need a physical body part and involve watching.
Arcana.
Arcana. Excellent.
It's a -10, right?
If you have an item, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
11.
You know that there might be spells of that sort that exist, but you can't immediately think of them. And to try the check again, you'd have to find some sort of source that would detail something like this. You do know that any potential spells that would require that, though, would be divination magic.
But yeah. I reach my hand out to Vise and just say, could I see that for a moment? Azira's eyes flash a paler red than normal, and I cast Identify.
There are no magical effects on the book.
Cool.
That's really
cool and good.
Fearful.
That's more concerning
good.
than the fact that you're being spied on.
So leave
I'm what?
So just these the magical residue, or is it? I guess, or just or it showed up without us noticing it, which is not sure which one is worse.
The latter is worse.
Okay.
Janice,
I'll take your word
Janice,
for it.
have you detected any presences on the ship, or has there been any evidence of movement or interference with any element of your components not attributable directly to one of the identifiable crew?
Reading backlog.
I mean, considering what we saw on the ship, I feel like you could sneak on here pretty easily if we wanted to.
Yeah,
It
I'd
would-
rather not think about that, I'm gonna be honest.
Given that Vise is close to the least stealthy figure we know, and she was just here, well, I venture not to think about what could possibly make its way on board.
I
Yep.
don't think we need to guess.
I have a feeling any search we do is just gonna come up empty.
How many days until we reach our destination?
Where are you going?
Yeah, where are we going?
Where are we
Tara.
going?
I would assume to Pleasure World or whatever it was called.
No, I think it was.
Well, no,
I
yeah.
think you're referring to New
Yeah,
Mexico.
we're
is where
heading
you
to
were
New
going.
Mexico.
We're going to New Mexico? Gotcha.
New.
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 So, while you guys are chatting, Janice's little blip comes back on. No interference with my systems. However, 2 nights ago, for approximately 20 minutes, there was a blackout of the sensors in Visa's room.
God.
That fucking explains it.
Janice, immediate alert to the ship if anything similar happens again.
Noted.
Thank you.
Captain, perhaps over each night you could use a less mundane, alert. Perhaps alarm in Visa's room.
I don't know if that... Absolutely, yes. I don't know if Vise will be the next target. Realistically, who do you think will be...
Everyone line up.
Okay, yes, we get your point.
Huh? No, I was just gonna, check if anyone's, snippets of clothing or hair
Who's
have
missing
been...
hair?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Sure.
well, you don't need it. It helps a whole hell of a lot. I think it's a -10 on the save if you have something that close. So, the two who rolled...
Is it a check or a
20.
save?
It's a save.
To save, if anybody's within 10 feet of me, you have +5 on that.
No. If anyone with hair missing would have a -10 on the save to not be seen.
Wait, hold on.
Through Scry.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Gotcha.
didn't you say you wanted to try detect magic? Or I thought I heard someone say that.
I was gonna do it on the note, yeah. But if Azira didn't find anything, then there's not a lot of point in me doing that.
Okay.
No, that was on the book, not the note. Azira did.
Oh, that was on the book? Oh, yeah, no.
And Azira cast Identify.
I would absolutely like to detect magic on the note.
Well, you also get 30 feet around you, I believe.
Yeah, you get 30 feet around you.
30 feet around, yeah, I would, yeah, so like specifically focusing on the note, but yeah, I would like to cast detect magic.
Basically everybody.
So-
at that point.
Vise lights up like a Christmas tree, first and foremost. Second of all, you see kind of a strange outline just kind of looking over Vise's shoulder.
Oh, don't like that.
Yeah, we're being squared on. Great. Lovely.
That's... No.
Alright, how...
Nope, that's not scrying.
Not
Well-
scrying. Kyle, do you say anything?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know if that would be a good idea. I mean, like the most in character thing would be to say something because Val is not a very smart man, but
Say it
most
to
character
anyone
thing is-
but Vise is the answer.
So Val's gonna like pull Azire aside
Yeah, that tracks.
because I feel like either Azire or actually who's closer to me, Azire or Idris? Who's standing closer?
But
Probably
doesn't matter.
Azira, because Azira took the
Azira.
book from...
Yeah,
from
that's true. I took the
So,
book.
so I'm gonna so Val's gonna like pull Azire aside and whisper. I don't know what the fuck it is, but there's something there. I saw something.
Is it,
It's some
is
sort
it-
of shadowy figure. I can't quite tell what it is, but it's there. It's right
No,
behind
it wasn't.
Beast.
It wasn't a shadowy figure.
I mean, like
An
It was an
Outline.
outline.
figure of speech. You know what I mean?
Is it...
Like poor choice of words.
Was it
Thank you.
was it roughly a foot wide, spherical, above her head?
It was actually like what if if you can tell me this, what did I see exactly?
You saw an outline roughly of a sphere, and you got the notion of divination off of it because detect magic gives you School of Magic.
Gotcha.
So it's roughly spherical, but it takes more of the shape of like some sort of like head almost.
All right.
It's invisible. The only way you're able to see it is
See invisibility.
see invisibility or detect magic.
Yeah. More
Right.
true sight, I guess. But...
So,
Not
yeah,
true.
I
Not true, but you're about to find out my loophole.
So yeah, I assume I couldn't like divine sense it or anything, but yeah.
Oh
so...
wait, your familiar can see it, can it?
Can Zosha?
I think that's specifically a thing with Find Familiar.
No,
Or that might be a
familiars can't.
different version of it.
Sorry,
ignore me.
familiar.
Good.
All right,
Anyway,
regardless.
yeah. So I was gonna say to Azire, he was something looked like a ball almost, maybe like a head. I don't know, about the size of a head anyway.
I mean, out of character, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see if I know what I know?
Sure, roll Arcana.
Arcana. Oh, that's not bad. +6. Where's my?
Can I help? Can I help because I'm like describing it or not?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Roll with advantage.
So much better than the 10 it would have been otherwise. 23.
Hey.
So,
Yeah.
unlike Idris, who was trying to,
Arcana.
consolidate an entire school of magic, now that you have a little bit more specifics on what's potentially happening, missing hair,
Yeah.
a spherical shape, you can tell this is scrying.
Yeah. Oh, and at the exact moment. Oh. Well, I request in checks a watch that isn't there. Roughly an hour, you cast your spell again and see if it's still there. If it is, we have much more cause for concern. Until then, we sit and do absolutely fucking nothing.
Might I ask why?
And hold on, Azire, before you say anything else. I wouldn't tell them anything if I were you.
Oh,
Figures.
fuck!
Just because I'm feeling a, leisure day, mental health day, I say we sit and play a board game for the next hour. Huh?
Baron is rolling an insight check.
Yeah, so is Orla.
Check too.
It's insight time.
Do I-
That's-
Yep.
Dude, do I have to insight check this because I'm like in conversation? I just
That's a
assume that I'm
non-nat
going
20.
to have to.
Non-nat 20.
26.
Rolling insight to catch the meaning. That's an 8.
15.
Okay.
Yeah, Val is...
My
Put all
roll,
these
my
in-
roll reflected exactly how well I was trying to lie. 7.
Nice!
Natural 1.
It just
15
takes
for
a deep
me.
breath. Sorry. It just takes a deep breath and says, board game time it is. Everyone collect what you need to spend the rest of the day in the common room, and we're going to go hang out there.
All right.
Smiles.
Smile.
It just smiles.
And
So
says
you are
smiles
going-
at the same time.
So, you are going to New Mexico, right?
Yeah, that is the
Yes.
course.
Yes.
Believe so.
This is the end of what I have planned for the rest of the Void ship.
Valid.
Whoa.
So,
Understandable.
Okay, so we are supposed
I-
to arrive at New Mexico today.
I needed to tie up just some loose ends that I couldn't get taken care of in the previous session.
Makes sense. So then we spend the last few hours before landing playing a board game, and after.
Does that count as a short rest?
Actually, it's going to be another couple of days. This
Oh,
is just
oh,
the end of the
oh.
content.
Today's cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's just the end of
well,
what you have. Okay,
It's like, guys, like I want that PAX slot back.
valid.
But yeah, that's a long rest. I'll just do that anyway.
So yeah, after about an hour of the board
Yeah.
being flipped 3 times in Monopoly because Idris can't stand to lose.
That tracks.
Wait. If we're playing Monopoly, you know how all of us have like the
Yeah.
thing that you can choose for your piece. I bet it's Karasi's piece.
Oh,
Oh, adorable. So when the board gets flipped, he immediately jumps and like clings to Karasi.
I think
I love
played
that.
Monopoly, there was a communist uprising, and I was not responsible for it.
I think Farida tried to use Apple Blossom as a piece and it didn't work because Apple Blossom was too big, and then she just gave up and used a coin.
Aww.
Val thought about trying to use one of the drakes as a piece. I
it's not
assume
that big.
Azure talked him out of it.
yes.
Let's say the drakes are large. The drakes are rideable.
The little devil cat that Zira cast with minor illusion earlier is their piece.
How big is this cat? How big is this board?
Like the cat's like this big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's minor illusions, so you can shrink it down.
Yeah.
And
All right.
I shrunk it to fit on the squares.
And
Here are
these
we-
for her piece, she's gonna reach down again into the pocket. She seems to store everything in this pocket,
That's valid.
Love a good
and
pocket
kind of
folder.
like rustles it around a little bit. Where did I put it? And then pulls out like this tiny little mechanical cat
Oh.
and sets it on the board. And whenever she needs it to move, it just sort of like does a very stiff-legged walk forward.
So I'm imagining
And poor
that.
Quim, what were you gonna say?
Oh,
Sorry.
good.
I say Harker's just using a ball bearing.
It just rolls off every time you roll the
With a
dice
talon.
Oh my god.
Mage hand. As mage hand.
to hold it.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't even know what Val actually used. It was probably just like a stun bullet, probably.
Every time the little mechanical cat passes, Smokey just swats at it.
So here's the thing. I'm imagining Abed as big as like a spider, so like an actual spider, but mechanical, so like this big.
Oh,
How
baby.
big is Smokey and the mechanical cat that Beast is using?
Roughly small enough to fit on a Monopoly square.
It's around the same size. So
Yeah.
Abed actively like is looking around at Beast's mechanical cat, and then reaches one of its antenna to like touch and poke.
Poke.
Does it do anything?
The cat.
Abbott gets zapped accidentally by open wiring.
Okay.
Oh
so,
no.
so he just
1/8 of a point of lightning damage.
Not even. It's just like a jolt.
It's like, ooh,
Okay.
Shouldn't
But-
do that
Orla
again.
tries using a fucking icicle and it just keeps melting into money.
Orla, these boards are still
that.
made of cardboard. Please.
Buy a
Does
new
anybody
one,
have
fuck
creator
you.
destroy water?
Creator destroy. Just
destroy water.
prestidigitation.
Orla
Actually, is magic allowed in this game of Monopoly?
As long as you're not using it to play the
no.
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say I'm not. So I was going to make a joke about like trying and failing to cast suggestion or something. I'm not talking like Eldritch Blast the board.
Eldritch Blast the board. But yeah, after Idris's third table flip, because that roughly tracks the amount of time, Aziri
Yeah.
just pokes Val. All right, do
Yep.
thing.
I am.
Do,
Yep, you got it. Yeah, we are.
No.
Yeah, I would like to detect magic again.
So are you just gonna kind of put a hand over like in between Vise and you as you do this?
Yeah, sure. Again, like it's a 30-foot radius around me, so
Yeah, just trying
So,
to
like,
kind of block
specifically-
out the lighthouse.
yeah. Because it's just like,
So again, Vise lights up like a Christmas tree.
Mhm.
Though there is one interesting thing you can see in all of the like bright light is that you can see a very distinct outline of like some sort of revolver under the coat.
V's packing.
I mean, if I
Beast
just
carries.
duh, we
And-
all carry. We're all armed. It's 25
And
75.
now-
We all have knives.
Now, this thing is about the size of a 500 Magnum.
Yeah,
all right.
I think
Can
the
I-
only one that's seen her pull out this gun before was Azire.
No, she's never pulled this gun out before.
Never pulled the
What was
gun.
the one gun then that Azire was like drooling over?
Yeah, no, it was that one. You pulled it out once. You pulled it out last session, and I don't remember why, but you did.
God, I forgot about that. Whoops.
I think it.
But otherwise, other than that interesting find, there's nothing.
Val is just going to turn to Azir and say, "It's gone."
That is
At least as far as I can tell, it's gone.
That is slightly less concerning than it if it were there. Although, quite frankly, I'm concerned still anyway.
That's the understatement of the fucking century.
So, at any point, is anyone going to inform anyone about any of this?
Yeah, like now that it's gone.
Yeah.
Now that you think
I
it's gone,
assume-
that doesn't mean it's actually gone.
No,
Well,
Well,
now that
think-
we know that at least this creature can't scry for more than an hour at a time, with the actual spell at least.
At least as far as we can tell. So I think, yeah, like, I assume at this point, like, Val and Azire are going to, like, explain what Val saw, what Azire figured out it was. Are we gonna do that? Okay.
I'm only going to tell Idris, and it is going to be via message.
Actually, yeah, we should probably just tell Idris. Probably, like, the whole...
Just
does not
Idris
need-
and via message.
Yeah.
And Vise.
So while everyone's
Because Vise deserves to know it. As much as she probably doesn't want to, she deserves to.
Yeah. But yeah, that works for me. I'm like, if any other party member asks, probably.
Though, the moment you send that message, Vise just pauses for a moment.
Up. Up. Nah.
But
Meredith starts giggling.
It just steps in and says, Beast, I think some things are better not said aloud at times.
Yeah, don't make Azire keep doing that. They will keep doing that all day.
It's true, I did it with him the other day.
You no matter how much you think you can keep up, you can't keep up. You will not win that fight.
Cast hold person. No. Not this time.
this time.
This time.
This time.
Well,
Next.
Okay.
you
okay.
know.
Focus. No, we're not going there. Focus.
Anyway,
They tell Idris.
Yes. Well, Idris gets told first, so that she knows why I'm shutting up, Vise. What?
what?
That didn't come through at all.
What did that?
Idris
What did
is
there you are.
underwater.
That came through like this.
Okay.
You sounded like you were underwater.
Kinda.
I was just alright. I was just
You're
saying,
back
oh
now.
boy, oh boy, oh boy, very quickly together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
Idris responds, as you do in message. I regret not taking message for Idris. Really regret not taking message for Idris.
You're a wizard. It's pretty easy.
Yeah,
I already picked my spells. No, okay, we'll have that conversation later. Idris responds with, good to know. Let me know if it happens again. I have a solution that will let us be aware, but it only works for 8 hours at a time.
What school of wizard are you, by the way?
Blowy yucky.
Evocation?
Okay. So yes, evocation.
The fun kind.
Do you happen to have any conjuration magic?
Yes, I do.
Can you summon something that can see invisibility?
Yes, I can.
Good.
Yes, Travis, I found your loophole.
I mean, it's not necessarily.
What creature?
Yeah. Actually, that's a good question. What is it?
Mordenkainen's faithful hound.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And
I was going with the more demonic route of a Canoloth.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm glad we had the exact same idea, at least, Idris. I'm glad
Yep.
our heads went to the exact same place.
Yep.
Alright, I say, presumably only once per day at your, learnedness.
3.
Holy shit. Impressive. Well, we're on travel for the next 2 days. Janice, we're
Inferno?
still en route for. Oh, that was the. One moment.
Yep.
Oh boy.
You didn't unmute yourself, if in case you were.
No, I was saying things there. Okay. All right. We need a long-term solution that will be discussed on planet.
Duh.
Does
The
perhaps
I'm sorry.
Janice want to remind Idris, or does perhaps God want to remind player Idris why we were going to New Mexico in the first place?
Wand.
The relic.
Relic.
Yep.
Okay.
Relic.
No, I thought we. Okay. All right.
That's why Charis called.
Yeah.
That was the plot hook.
Got it.
Janice, 2 days left en route, correct? Thank you.
Idris, at the end of the board
Mickey
game,
Mouse
I can't-
Clubhouse style hand comes out.
Yeah, mechanical hand descends from the ceiling and goes like this.
Yes.
Idris, at the end of the board game night, is able to get Val in the kitchen to help clean up, and says,
Someone's in the kitchen with Idris. Someone's in the kitchen, I know.
Oh god.
Roll
And-
psychic damage.
and says, let me know if it comes back or you see it again. If possible, I would like to find a long-term solution to having eyes on things. In the meantime, buddy system.
Sounds good to me. I can't guarantee I'll be able to keep eyes on it all the time. I can only cast that spell so many times. If
Understood.
anybody else is able to do that,
We'll
get
take
them on
turns.
that as well. I'm aware Azire can. I imagine you can as well.
Yes.
And
We'll take
I
turns.
don't believe that my other sense will be able to pick it up. So we'll see what we
Alright.
can do. And yeah, buddy system, I agree. Probably not a bad idea.
All right. We move out into the living space then, carrying all the mugs of drinks. There is no alcohol on the ship before anyone asks,
Well, there is
And-
now.
unless you happen to smuggle some on after we managed to save Farida's ass.
It was already in my bag, honey.
Didn't you use it to make mimosas?
You
Yeah.
just make
we're
them
doing
up
it
and finish
before.
I
it.
believe you did. Val has a flask.
That
for what
was the
that's
last.
worth.
That was the last of that. There's still I believe, I have it
You
written
got
down
more of
somewhere.
it.
Huh?
You got more of it from the twins.
Oh, that's right. But if I remember, I have it written down. It's not in my actual possessions. I don't remember why, but I think
All right,
there's
good
half
enough.
a bottle of whiskey. Specifically Fireball, because tiefling, and I think that's funny.
The lowest form of
ha-
humor.
Rye bourbon, and a bottle of champagne for special occasions. we are back. Hello.
Hello, welcome
Hello.
back. Everyone, please pause to appreciate the cat that Cell has in their lap.
She is very loud. You might hear her meowing, and at the moment she's trying to go away from me because she doesn't want to be held. But she's a real sweetie. She's one of the oldest of the cats here. Her name is Natasha. She's a long-haired Siamese, and she's probably like 17 years old.
She is an
Wow.
elder states cat.
Yes, she is. She's very loud, but she seems to like the pettings. Oh.
Love that.
She has decided that you are tolerable.
Yes.
You are not Jill, but you are tolerable.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Hi.
All right.
So yeah, I'll try to keep her for as long as I can. If I all of a sudden just let her down, she just wanted down.
Never gonna give you
But she's so
up,
fluffy.
never gonna let you
Hey, yeah, Miss
down.
Tasha.
Alright, so,
Oh, wait.
Travis.
There we go.
So, as you rocket through the void towards New Mexico, I'm going to be going from top down, left to right here. So it'll start with Ash, and since it's the buddy system, it'll be Ash and Kyle.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
So what will you two be doing?
All right. Very first thing is I'm going to I forget exactly why, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'll look for oh, I remember. Okay. I'm going to go to whatever central control panel I can and basically ask excuse me, Janice.
Yes, Azire.
On New Mexico, what do you know, perhaps, of, enchanters, possibly potion brewers, and dealers of arcane items?
Briar, can I just bypass the Janice voice just to get
Go
this
for
straight?
Please.
Or Janice just brings up a list of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's really getting
She just
in there.
prints out a list for you.
So, on New Mexico, there is. So Janice prints out the list, and it's just a white sheet of A5 paper.
I thought you were gonna say CVS receipt.
No, it's just a blank sheet of A5 paper with a title at the top of New Mexico search results. And it's just a blank sheet of A5 paper.
Incredible.
Thing.
I wonder if she could make it for herself. Probably not. That seems too advanced for a regular artificer. That would have to probably be a full
Tasha,
enchanter.
your claw is stuck on my shirt.
I'll ask
there we
when
go.
I go see her.
Up, you went down. Hi,
Okay,
Mama.
that's all I had to do on my own.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah, can I... So, while Azire's doing that alone, I want to try and contact my patron.
Okay.
I assume, yeah, straight religion check.
This would be a
Just,
straight religion check, yes.
Again, basically to just ask about just what the fuck just happened, you know, like, on the ship with this guy, just like, is there any information that Magda has?
On this shit? Okay.
That's a 14.
You get the essentially the feeling of a godly shrug.
Knowing that I can't get more information is
Tasha.
still useful. That's information in and of itself. So I assume, so Ash, are we still on Veef's duty? We're going over to
Yes. You are in
Veef's
fact on
knows. I
Veef's duty.
believe we both have a project for her. So yeah, so Val's gonna go find Azire first before they head over, just so they can meet back up.
On the bridge.
On the bridge, yes. So Val's gonna go over to the bridge.
Hello.
Howdy. You find anything you're looking for?
No.
That makes two of us.
Actually,
Say,
no,
I've got
I
a.
will correct that because
Ooh.
Travis,
Hmm?
Kyle did not roll high enough for there
No,
to
no,
be
no. I'm talking about what Ash got.
ashes. What
Yeah.
Ash got? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because it was coming to the topic of Ash not finding anything.
Okay.
I will correct that. Though it wasn't, I'm assuming just, Janice just printed out a general list of, shops on New Mexico, and it's just gunsmith, 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 leather worker, gunsmith, gunsmith, gunsmith.
So what you're saying this is basically every planet in the Borderlands series.
Basically.
Okay, cool.
All right, yeah. So we.
And when you kind of look at them a little bit closer, they're not like gunsmiths like
Spooky?
Beast
No.
is.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
actual gunsmiths.
No, they are old-fashioned
Gotcha.
gunsmiths.
This
Yeah.
is your punishment.
Of which I have only met one.
Your punishment. Sorry, don't mind me. I
No,
was
you're
trying to
good.
get Shadow.
You
Yeah,
Uh,
you're
but-
Gucci.
Pookie,
Okay,
after hearing the
sorry,
treat
I
jar,
just-
came running.
Decided I'd go ahead and throw that in.
I appreciate
Cool.
it.
Yeah. So do we? Actually, before we seek Vis, I was going to ask Azira. You happen to seen any of that information there? Any sort of apothecary, anything like that? You could buy. Call them potion supplies, potions of the.
That is exact. That is. What's
Right.
the wrong one? That's the wrong guy.
That's Kyoku.
Well, that's kind of what I was looking for. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Figured I'd ask. All right. So
Both Vis and Karase could probably help with that one a little bit at least. I can also
Yeah.
make really basic healing potions, given the resources, but we're in fucking space.
no, I
so...
can. The issue isn't making them. I just need the equipment to make them. What I lack is equipment.
Hands you my herbalism kit.
Because I need a poisoner's kit.
Oh.
Like, that's what I'm looking
That's
for.
different. Yes.
Yeah, that is different.
That is different.
But yeah, I don't need. I just need to pick up the kit at some point.
Yeah.
Actually, would the flask count as a poisoner's kit?
I think
Did we
you asked me
rule
about
that?
this, and I think I said yes. No, I said no.
No.
I said no.
No,
It does
it
not.
doesn't.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't remember if we ruled on that. I assume no.
Because
cool.
it makes
yeah.
its own poison, and it only makes one kind of poison.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, we can. We'll deal with that when we get on world. Time to seek Vis, I assume. So I got something I wanted to talk to Vis about. I've got a little project in mind, especially after having to see whatever the fuck that was back there.
I have some ideas as well.
May not be a bad idea to acquire a little bit more firepower. All right, so we heading to Vis's room, I assume.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna head on down to Vis's room. Is the door open? Is the door unlocked? Do we gotta knock on the door? What's the situation there?
The door is closed and locked.
Y'all know I'm still here. I'm just
Thank you.
gaming some cats.
It's us.
Huh?
Nothing.
Janice, is it them?
Yes, please. It is Val and Azira.
Aww.
I love.
So that's
Oh,
perfectly
no.
reasonable.
Yeah, no,
eh,
that's understandable.
I get it.
And you can hear just the screeching of something heavy just kind of being pushed aside.
Oh no.
And the door hisses open, and you see Vis had pushed like a very large chest in front of the door, which ultimately did nothing
Yeah.
because the door opens by sliding. Not...
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, so Val is just gonna look at Vis and say, so Captain Idris wants us working on the buddy system. So Azira and I figured,
What better wall
We-
of meat than us?
Exactly.
I am your shield.
Okay.
And I am your, also your shield, I guess. You get 2 shields. 2 for the price of 1, how about that?
Okay.
That and we both had some projects for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I understand that,
walks inside, and you see the same dog that was there earlier, just kind of deactivated and laying across the table. It's got its 4th leg on now.
Strangely morbid. Please continue.
Wait, who's continuing?
I don't know. You can go first if you want.
Me? Now, I know that you've had a hell of a last couple... Yeah, you've, to put it lightly, been going through it.
No shit.
I understand, but the way I figure it, Azire and I've got some pretty neat ideas that we'd like to share with you. Maybe give you something to help keep yourself occupied, take your mind off what's been going on, and if it all works out, allow us to better protect you, basically. I figure everybody wins. That is assuming you're willing to hear us out here. If not, I totally understand. You've been through a lot lately.
I'll always take extra work.
And just like for the record, we're not expecting you to do this for free. You will be, fairly compensated and all that. It'd be awfully rude of us to not do that.
I'll cover both projects. Don't worry.
No,
what is it you two need?
I'm assuming yours is more complicated than mine, so you go first.
So I've got a couple of different ideas. Mostly I just like to bounce them off you, see how feasible they'd be. I'm not gonna foist more than one at you at a time, obviously.
Whiteboard? And I imagine just from the top, a whiteboard pen just kind of drops on top of her head.
Thunk.
Tunk.
Thank you, Shadow, for indulging me.
Would she have taken any damage from that? I would like to lay on hands.
No.
1/17 of a point.
I've got healing light too. So I've got another way I can heal without spell slots. Anyway.
Oh, he can do what he wants. He's just sitting here.
Cat.
Hi, baby.
Well, so my first idea. These are not necessarily going to be in order of priority. My first idea is so Val's going to pull out his dagger of venom and his longsword. So I got this here dagger of venom, right? And I picked this up quite before I understood what this here flask I've got can do. And frankly, there's nothing that this dagger here can do that this flask can't make just a regular dagger do better. So what I was wondering is if it would be possible to somehow incorporate what this dagger does into my longsword, magically or otherwise, like either somehow reproduce the effect or reverse engineer it somehow, like maybe melt them down and reforge them. I don't know. I've never been great with that sort of thing. Hence why I'm coming to you.
I've never been great with enchanting either. Most of my enchanted stuff for sale comes from Dad helping me.
Is there any way you could possibly reproduce that mechanically?
I mean, I could theoretically attempt a poison fabricator that could attach to a sword.
Somehow incorporate that into the sword. That would be real interesting. And obviously, if you could figure this out without, somehow keep the dagger intact. In addition to whatever I'll pay you, you get to keep the dagger.
Oh no, I don't need the dagger. I've already got this.
I love
There she is.
Well, even if you're not going to use the dagger, it is worth an awful lot. So, consider it part of the payment. You can manage to pull that off.
Yeah, that's fair. Our parents are quite rich.
Yes, but it'd be awful rude to expect work for free or even for less than what it's worth. You do good work, V, so you need to value your work appropriately.
Damn true.
Not you as well.
I pull out either a softcover notebook or a magazine and just roll it up and bonk. Because those totally exist still.
Yeah, they totally do.
Yeah.
Totally.
So anyway, if you could pull that off, that would be real cool mechanically. I'm not sure how that would work. That's why I'm coming to the brightest mind I know.
Well, we could potentially attempt to use plant-based matter as a base to synthesize a synthetic poison. It may not be entirely effective, but it would at least work somewhat through overbearing of potential nutrients into a system. Like taking too many multivitamins might cause a sort of sickness into someone, only much more acutely and, lethally.
Sort of too many Flintstones gummies.
Using a plant-based systems and not, vitamins.
Plant-based. Might have to get Orla on board for that. I imagine she'd know an awful lot about poisonous plants. I'll have a chat with her about that.
I'm surprised the two of them aren't concerned that Vise knows how to do that.
Val just kind of expects this shit out of Vise at this point. I've got another two ideas as well that I'd like to bounce off you for feasibility. Priority number one being trying to do that to that sword and trying to figure out how you could make it do the same thing that dagger does. I just think that would be real interesting. So the second thing is, I'm always wearing my armor under my clothes on account of there's been a lot of people try to kill me. Yeah, you have that happen enough, you start to take certain precautions. Anyway, you'd be able to incorporate that into my duster here.
That would require a lot more integration that I really don't have the potential to do right now.
Yep, no worries. Figured I might as well ask. And the third thing is this here gun I picked up from you. It's done good work. I'm a big fan of it. Cowboy needs his gun, right?
I'd rather it not explode every time I shoot it too fast.
Yeah. Is there any way to make it anyway, perhaps a little bit less explodey? Like I've got three things. I don't know if any of these would work, but three things I just think would be real neat. Obviously, make it a little bit less prone to blowing up in my face.
She'll hold out her hands for the snun.
Yeah, I will hand her the snun.
When I sold this to you, I didn't really know how to fix it, but now that you've done a little bit of testing, I think I figured out what the issue is. Mainly, the primary issue is the heat capacitor, which usually is to sink heat away from the primary firing chamber. Doesn't work.
And here I was thinking you were going to say the problem's the user.
Well, I mean, you could just fire it slower.
What's the fun in that?
Fair. So as long as I can get if I can upgrade the heat capacitor and somehow get the heat vent to, stop malfunctioning, you might have a semi-usable submachine gun. But if the heat capacitor that we replace it with isn't, of sufficient quality, then we're going to have a lot worse of an issue than an issue venting heat. More of a, say, explosive issue.
Noted. how exactly would I be able to procure one of these heat capacitors for you of sufficient quality? Obviously.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah,
but
that's not feasible to do short term. I'm in no rush
not really.
to do it that way. I have another idea for what we can maybe do with this. So this here flask I've got. The way it works right now, I can only really put poison on one bullet at a time. Would there be any way for you could put some sort of port or something on the gun to be able to maybe say plug the flask in and poison a whole lot of bullets?
Didn't we say the stun was radiant damage?
It's 2d8 force damage.
Force damage.
It's force damage. If we could, out of character, if we could figure out a way that I could either again poison it with the flask or smite with it.
Because the intent of this was to be an energy-based weapon, so poisoning it wouldn't be a good idea.
Because I think what we start, I thought we established that it does use solid ammunition. If it's energy based, then I misunderstood.
It was my original intent to have it energy based. That's why it blows up.
If we can retcon that to being energy based, and then I can't poison it. Then if you need to change the damage type from force to radiant, you go in and at that. Just do what you got to do. No worries.
But the smite with it, well, let's see. It's energy. You can potentially pour a little bit of magic in it. That'd be kind of outside my purview as an artificer. Well, outside of my area of expertise. I mean, I could potentially make another weapon for you, but that'd take even more, resources to try and make one. Though I am pretty adept with poisoning.
How's about we do this then? How about we're just gonna focus on one project for now? How about we start figuring out that sword and the dagger and all that? Again, if we want to do it plant-based, I imagine Orla could give us a hand with that as well. And I am, being you on T and all, I've been around poison. I know my share as well. I do, make my own poison if there's a way I could, incorporate the poison that I can, because as you on T do get, out of character, you on T do get poison spray as a racial trait. So I assume something snake venom. I think it's in this document somewhere. I think we did canonize that. Yeah. If there's any way that I could incorporate the poison that I make for my own body as the source of poison for it.
Depends on how I end up making it. I still haven't drawn out a design or even a concept for it.
Exactly, but we can.
I need a little bit of time.
Yep, no worries. Take all the time you need. But I think that's
at this point, the whiteboard is just absolutely covered.
Yep.
With things she's written down and then come back and smudged or crossed out.
Yeah.
Or things that have been circled or underlined, etc.
Yeah. Anyway, for we're gonna be focusing on one project for me. I figure that's the one that we should focus on in the short term. I'll focus on in the meantime. You can figure out where exactly I'd be able to source one of these heat capacitor things. I'll focus on trying to pick one of those up for you as well, so we can work on the gun as well at some point later in the future. Should I give Vise the dagger and my longsword?
Probably just the dagger for now to try and analyze.
Just the dagger. Okay, I'm gonna hang on to it in my inventory for now, but I'll just equip it. I'll put a note that says with Vise.
Yeah, she'll at least need that to start working on it. But
yeah,
how it works.
Is there any? Do we have any sort of jars or cups or something.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Like,
Vise has
Just
everything in her bag of holding.
Pocket
Vise, you
holding.
mind giving me two let's like a vial. Doesn't have to be that big, just something that can hold up to something real corrosive.
And she reaches down into the pocket of holding and pulls out 2 vials, one with a mysterious, like, red-green liquid in it. They're just constantly shifting between the two.
It's liquid Christmas.
Okay,
Actually,
I was
I'm
gonna say, Travis,
gonna need a
is
third
red
one of
green
those,
just called
actually.
brown?
Yeah, it's
Actually,
just
I
kind
need-
of shifting between the two, and both have them in it, and she just kind of uncorks them both, just kind of dumps them in the potted plant off to the side that she has on her desk.
Can we make that 3, actually? I just did
3
my math
vials?
wrong. I forget there's 3. Yeah, 3 vials.
Just, okay, and pulls out a third and dumps it in as well.
Yep.
Here you go.
Cool. Let me get you some poison samples to try and reverse engineer chemically. So I'm gonna do a whole lot of poison shit in rapid succession. So I'm going to use the charge of the dagger of venom to coat the blade and like drip a couple of drops of that into one of the vials. I'm going to use a charge of the flask to produce a dose of the flask poison and put that in another vial. And then I am going to cast poison spray. Before I'm going to say, everybody duck. I'm gonna cast poison spray and aim it as best I can into the third vial.
Make an attack roll.
It's like putting a fire.
Attack.
It's like aiming a fire hose into a bucket.
I think, I think you're.
You could probably also angle it up towards the ceiling too.
Hang on, yeah. Hang on. But fucking, where'd it go?
To be fair, it is poison. It's not acid. It's like
It is poison, but still, I don't want to poison a friend. That's not an attack roll. That's a con save.
It's a con
that just-
save. Okay, so it
Yeah,
is
that's
everybody duck, and you get enough of it in.
Enough of it in there, so cap all the vials.
Visa's gonna have some cleanup to do though.
that's typical.
Yeah, make sure you get those labeled. I imagine all the poisons look different. Different enough anyway. Yeah, make sure you get labels on those. There's
Beast is also proficient with a poisoner's kit. She can figure it out.
Yeah,
Cool.
the
Yeah,
ones that would
but
probably look
there's
pretty
some,
similar are the ones from the flask and the one from poison spray.
most likely. But yeah, here's some samples for you. I understand I've made a bit of a mess here. I'll stick around and help you clean up as well. Be awfully rude of me to not. I know, Azira, you had an idea as well. Apologize to have rambled so long.
Oh, no worries, friend.
The autism snake.
Autism snake.
Autism snake.
My idea was fairly simple. Just some sort of mecha magical shield that can be what's the word? That can force its way out from the barrel of the gun. Because currently, to not get hit by things flying through the air, I have to not fire my gun. And to be able to incorporate a shield that can't be destroyed by mundane means, a la the gun, that would be great. Because I have to put down my shield and make myself vulnerable to fire at the moment. And not doing that would be very nice. Should be pretty simple.
And as Zire starts talking, V's kind of grabs onto the side of the whiteboard, pulls something out, and flips it, and just starts writing on the other side.
Yes, just basically perhaps I could hit a button and it would eject from the barrel. Either force or physical, either way. If it's physical though, I'd like you to put like a very, very basic enchantment on it so that it can't be destroyed by mundane means.
Enchantments aren't my thing, but I'll try my best.
The same thing you did to my gun, so that it's just magical. If you
Well, that
you
was-
decide on a physical,
That was with Dad's help.
I could perhaps technically. Don't worry, I have things in my brain. Lots.
Okay, well, I'll get to work on it right away. And
I
just kind
appreciate you
of
greatly.
flinches as a drop of poison just kind of drops on her head.
I'll pay you in advance. How much would you like?
Chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget.
I think Vise would like to go home.
Vise would very much like to go home.
And like she starts counting her fingers, and then she turns around to the whiteboard and starts doing this long, drawn-out equation. She finally turns back around. You're asking me how much I want to be paid?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
Oh, that's okay.
200 gold?
Here's 30 platinum.
Sugar tiefling.
I said 200.
You sure did, buddy.
All right, does that conclude your business with Vise?
Yep.
For
me, at
pretty
least.
much. Actually, so while Val's cleaning up, I'm gonna have him ask Vise if he could borrow her poisoner's kit for a little bit, so I can make 4 doses of bone poison.
And from the pocket of holding, it normally doesn't move when she pulls things out, but this time it just utterly distends out, and she pulls out this large toolbox. Just kind of sets it on the desk, opens. No, that's the lockpicks. Thieves' tools, smith's tools.
Take your time. I'm in no rush.
Ooh, I was wondering where that went. And she holds up this really strange-looking tool. Oh, don't worry about this.
Val's just gonna
I'm
say
not gonna
under
say
his
what
breath-
I'm not gonna say what came to mind out loud, but I am gonna DM it to Kyle.
Yeah,
I
as
know
you should.
exactly
I think
what
we
just came to
one
your
brain
mind.
cell. But Val's gonna like mutter under his breath in abyssal. I feel like I should worry about that.
No, it's like this strange double-headed hammer.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, I feel like I
That's
should worry
worse.
about that.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
It came from the drawer
I would
labeled
like to
Smith's
know.
Tools.
You would not like to know.
It came from the drawer labeled Smith's Tools.
I
Gotcha.
just want you to know what came to my mind was not a tool.
I'm aware. I would still like to know.
Sure.
You really would not.
Then the final drawer comes out and it's like alchemist tools, painter's tools. No, it's more like a warhammer, but a smaller one.
He told
You're
you.
digging yourself a deeper hole here, Travis. Just focus on what you're doing.
And out comes like a small kit. Here it is, the poisoner's kit.
Thank you for letting me borrow that. Yeah, so I'm going to, yes, it is well, everything else is, everybody else is doing their stuff, and after I've, like, helped cleaned up, I'm gonna make 4 doses of poison.
Poisoner feet, baby.
Poison her feet, baby. Thank you, Vlad. Just like muttering, well, Magda told me I can do this now, apparently. Let's give her a shot. We'll just say that info came from the religion check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so that
next
is,
up-
I apologize for hijacking the last 25 minutes.
Good. Things got done, and that is important.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say, guys, we might run over a little tonight just to get everything done before we hit New Mexico, if that's alright with
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Sounds good.
Okay.
The only time my heart caught off as 8 is when I have to work.
Yeah, and
Okay, so
yeah, that's a thing
go
for
ahead.
later.
I have a hard cutoff at like 8:10.
Fair.
Mm,
That's fine.
like
that
8:30ish.
Well, I'm going to Orla and Idris next.
Awesome.
Sounds good. I mean, we were talking before, probably a lot of the time would just be Orla dragging Idris to her room because plants. She has
So-
plants to worry about.
So Orla drags Idris to the plants a couple times, and then Idris eventually gives up and just sets. So is Orla using her computer station and desk in her room?
No, not really.
Right, it's Idris's now. Idris basically just sets up at the desk and like brings Zosha's perch from the bridge and just kind of like hangs out in the corner of Orla's room and like waters the plants that are very high up for her and lifts heavy things for her and just kind of sits there and does what she's doing.
Fair. Orla just has like a general air of just no talk me Angie. Just
So does Orla just like stamp her foot and point to something above her head? And that's Idris's cue to just go grab it.
Yeah, that fits. That tracks.
Okay.
Love that.
So
Question: How? Oh wait, go ahead.
I'm gonna go over what Idris wants to get done. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say how often does Idris sleep? Does like Idris sleep pretty much just like every night, like full amount?
Idris only needs to trance for 4 hours. Well, no, half elf.
Oh.
I think you just
Half
do.
elf.
I think you still need to sleep.
Yeah.
Orla sleeps like the same amount as Idris.
Makes sense. They sleep on a rotating schedule.
Gotcha.
No
Orla's just,
one's
like-
asleep at the same time.
Sounds good.
And is there anything Rilla wants to take care of during this time, or is this literally just must plant?
Probably just plant. Like she just seems very like shaken up over the whole, chaos encounter and then that thing. So it's just focusing on plants time.
What's the vibe with her and Idris? I mean, this is literally forced cohabitation of the worst kind possible.
I mean, Orla's not gonna initiate any conversation. If Idris wants to, that's Idris's. But Orla's kind of just in her own little world.
Yeah, no, this is the quietest room on the whole ship.
Yeah.
Idris does admire the plants and pay due respects to Orla as keeper of said plants. So, things I wrote down. I'm gonna keep reading that Lockmont book.
So, what are you looking for specifically?
In the timeline and kind of see if I can. Well,
You,
now that I
you
have
cut
a
out.
little...
You cut out for a decent bit of that.
Oh.
We heard in the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, can folks hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. I am going to try to put together a more general family tree and ask for Janice's help in fitting Charis into what I have from the book. Basically, I want Janice to investigate Charis's ancestry.com just so to hack ancestry.com just so that when I meet up with Charis, I can basically say, "Oh yeah, I have your entire family tree, and here's where you fit in it."
Janice will do what she can. What she can is determined by Travis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Understood.
So are you just kind of glancing across the book trying to get a general family tree, or are you reading anywhere specific?
General family tree, and then probably skip to the end or focus on the curse and Lilith.
Okay. So with the family tree, Charis had a mother and a father. They're dead.
I'm shocked.
Like really dead. Like void ship crashing onto planet due to massive malfunction, dead.
That's pretty dead.
Charis had a brother, but that brother has been missing for the last 8 years, since Charis was about 16. Can't find the brother's name anywhere. Can't find the mother's name anywhere. Can't find the father's name anywhere. You can really only find Charis, and you can't find any further than that.
That's hella sus. But like that feels weirdly tragic, and I feel bad for him. Not in a, well, this is hella sketchy. Player Idris thinks this is hella sketchy. Character Idris thinks that, this is too bad, and I hope I can give him some closure.
Well, I mean, he is trying to find out his family history.
Yep.
And as you read more into the curse specifically, I actually wrote out a little passage a while back. Let's see if I can go find it.
Please send it in 33% so I don't have to type all of it.
It's already been sent. I will just go back and
reply to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So as you're reading through the curse, you actually find the author found an old diary of one of the soldiers that was noted to have taken part in the original purge of the Lockmont family tree back centuries ago. And the excerpt is quoted verbatim. So it's actually a direct quote from the diary. So Idris would probably love having at least a little bit of a first-hand source.
Yes.
Though the diary is never noted again when talking about the curse. So the passage reads as such. When we finally fought our way through the last of the defenders, we steeled ourselves for having to deal with the inner council. The commander was wounded, and the person who got us inside still hadn't showed. Then we breached the council doors, and we found our inside person standing over 10 dead vampires in a broken phylactery. I wouldn't call myself a religious man, but the question always lingered in my mind about if the gods watched when family drew arms against family. And when I looked into that girl's eyes, I got my answer. I saw the gods. I saw the cruelty of the gods. That's the whole excerpt.
Oh boy! Alright.
Yay! Oh.
Do what?
Idris's reaction is just kind of like, okay then, this is in keeping with the theme of the rest of everything about this book. You write well, Inferno. You write many things well. This is one of them.
Yes.
That's about what Idris wants to take care of.
And as you read in further, you can see that across what's known of the family history, there have been 4 individual curse bearers, not including the original. One was noted having disappeared after dealing with a small demonic incursion. Another was noted as to have been missing in action, but their cloak and blade was found weeks after under a pile of rubble. A third one was noted to have been gone off a cliff with a Death Knight they were fighting. Hasn't been seen since. And the last one was seen only once fighting a dragon, and never again.
I feel like we can make a reasonable conclusion from that set of facts, and that none of these people seem to know how to live safe lives.
The reasonable conclusion is marriage. Duh.
Sure. If that's the way you want to infer, sure.
All right. Do I need to roll for this, or is Idris gonna start
Idris.
wondering about Charis and the curse? Like, it's a fairly reasonable connection to make at this point.
Idris, Charis is the Baroness of Setmore Swamp. Charis is the NPC. They are spelled the same, they are not said the same.
Me too.
Charis. I don't think, Inferno, you cursed the Baroness of Setmore Swamp.
No.
Okay.
As far as you know.
No. No.
But one other thing you can
Charis.
note from
Connection.
all
I feel like it would be reasonable at this point to have Idris make a connection between Charis and a curse. Specifically. Does she?
I don't think it would be, considering all of the curse bearers have been female. From Lilith down.
Right, you definitely did mention that before, sorry.
You could make that inference, but the monkey brain pattern seeking behavior.
Yeah, no, this doesn't fit the pattern. Okay. Alright. Definitely interesting though. Knowledge. So that's a. Let's see. What else did I write down that I wanted to do? I'm probably see if I can find any of Charis's sources on New Mexico or on the relics, specifically where on New Mexico we're supposed to find them, and maybe a bit more about that wand.
So, you roll me an Arcana check, actually.
Okie-dokie. You're not rolling. 23.
Okay, so as you're kind of trying to research the relic, you come across a news article that has made its way off-world from New Mexico, and it's basically just like paper scan, like someone's put this onto like a flat scanner and scanned it in, and it's an old-style newspaper.
Love it.
And the front line, the headline is, "The Red Terror and his magic revolver strike again." And the story goes on to talk about how a tiefling that's rumored to have a magic wand in the butt of his pistol keeps, robbing banks and holding up trains and things like that across the entirety of New Mexico.
Oh, yeah. Time to go rob a train.
Sounds like some cowboy shit.
Is this Red Dead
Yes.
Redemption 2?
Yee fucking on, motherfuckers!
It's nice noon.
Damn it! I don't have a cowboy hat, but I have a pirate hat.
Are we
I have
just doing
to
like the first episode of Firefly at this point? Does that make me Mal?
I don't know what that is. So
You're valid.
That makes me Mal.
It's good, but I haven't watched
for
it.
all of
Does
our
that
viewers, which
Okay, then who's River Song? I need to know this.
for For our
Beast?
viewers here, I usually try and keep a somewhat decent soundtrack for my side quests, campaigns, things like that. There are 2 tracks that I primarily listen to when preparing the side quest. Big Iron and the Ecstasy of Gold.
That tracks.
Want to give what those songs are in for the rest of us who had no clue what you were talking about the first time they heard this?
So Big Iron is talking about Texas Red and how the Arizona Ranger took him down with a big iron on his hip. It's a song. And then the Ecstasy of Gold was the most notable pieces of music in the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes. Space Western. We have hit Space Western vibes.
It's a space.
They are good vibes.
Did somebody say Western?
Have we made a
Well-
Cowboy Bebop joke yet?
I
You've
Boy,
not made a
boy,
Cowboy
B-boy.
Bebop joke yet.
I feel like it's a crime that we haven't.
Val is a space cowboy, technically.
That was a space cowboy.
There's your bebop joke.
Okay,
That-
3, 2,
I
Nice.
love
All right, that's about
Anyway,
that wraps it
yeah.
up for what Orla wanted to take care of.
or
Read
Idris
Idris.
wanted to take care of.
Yeah, and what Orla wanted to take care of. Idris too.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to, I think Karasi, Huarquim, and Farida should be fairly quick.
Yep.
Could be.
Probably. Maybe. We'll see.
Actually, real quick before the deal solo, I am going to do something that I haven't never done before.
Oh.
Actually, try to contact patron
Okay.
Oh.
because anti-undead is kind of her thing. So, considering what we're dealing with,
I
Okay.
assume this is before.
is it beforehand? Yeah.
Yeah. Before all that.
That's religion.
Yeah, that's a religion check.
17.
So you sit on your bed and you're just kind of and all the rooms are set up pretty much the same. There's like a bed and a desk with a chair. And the chair at your desk was pushed in when you started this. You sit on your bed and you start thinking about this and trying to contact her. And you hear a rustle of fabric. What do you do?
I'm on my guard, but I'm to turn towards it.
Okay. Are your eyes open or shut?
Open for now.
Okay. You turn and you see that your floor is suddenly covered in black gown. There's just black fabric everywhere, and you look to your desk chair, which is now turned around, and you see a very familiar porcelain mask staring back at you.
Oh, that actually worked. Okay.
Yes, it did. What can I do for you?
So, considering the last few days, I like I said, considering since eradicating the undead from the universe is kind of your thing, any advice for how to deal with the bony mess?
The Bone Claw, or the person you met?
Either or.
Because they're two different people, though they are connected.
Naturally.
One of them is the Bone Claw's master.
Great.
You don't know who he is yet,
I
but
don't.
you will in time.
Helpful. Okay.
He has powers that even I can barely comprehend. He does things that are, in some ways, even worse than undeath.
Okay.
The only thing I can say, besides you needing to be on a mission to deal with him, is be on your guard. Not everyone is what they seem. And and then wings just fly out of her back and wrap around her and she's gone.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. So okay, that's all I got for solo, so we can go to training now.
Okay.
I do have one thing that I'd like to do, and it's more of like, I don't know if she's actually gonna use it, but where is it? Where is it? I just had you. It's part of her class feature. Nope, never mind. She can't do that anyway. I need wood carvers. Oh, wait, no. I have wood carvers. Never mind. She is going to make an eldritch cannon.
She's going to do what?
She's going to make an eldritch cannon. You heard me. It's going to be a small eldritch cannon, in an unoccupied space on a horizontal surface within 5 feet of me. So I assume at this point she has like a little workstation set up. She is going to make it there. The whole point of this is just to see if she can do it. She's testing it out.
Okay. Yeah, you make an eldritch cannon. What do you do with it?
Well, here's the thing. It could be flavored as flamethrower, force ballista, or protector. I think protector just creates like a little force field. So she'll do that first.
Okay.
Wait, let me check this off. So she'll expend a charge of protector, which I think. Oh yeah. It emits a burst of positive energy that grants itself and each creature of your choice within 10 feet of it a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus my intelligence modifier. So do I feel myself get these temporary hit points too, or no? Uh-oh.
Briar,
boy.
you did this to yourself.
Yes, I did.
Huh?
I
Look at
opened,
you, baby jail.
I opened sketchbook to Leggy Snom.
Leggy
Meg.
Snom.
Oh, leggy snob.
Himb.
Him.
He.
Yeah, Ro, if you need to take a moment to look at what this does. This is due to the subclass I took.
And which subclass was that again? Hold, please.
Artillerist.
Okay. Yeah, let me double check.
Yeah, take your time. It's I can only create one Eldritch Cannon per long rest, and it takes an action to do.
You do feel yourself gain the temporary hit points, yeah.
She kind of like nods to herself, and then is gonna hold off on using any of the flamethrower or force ballista stuff, because while she's made a section for work, it's not fireproof or anything like that. So
Fair.
she won't do that. But she'll kind of like work a little bit like on the mechanics, just like, okay, so that's how I do this. And meanwhile, Abbott is like sitting off to the side, like looking at it. And I imagine he also gets temporary hit points too.
Yeah, probably.
So he kind of just jumps around. And then she just leaves it there. Is there a way I could deactivate it, or do I have to like destroy it?
You can dismiss it early as an action.
Okay. So just to make sure that, you know, no one tries to like play with it, because it's still I like to think it's like not refined quite yet. She'll dispel it, and then think for a moment, and then take her lightsaber and call for Farida and Horaquim.
All right, so you guys head down to basically the cargo bay because that is where y'all are going to train.
Uh-huh.
So,
And before, okay, she's gonna start off with the holograms first. She'll turn behind her because I assume that they're behind her, and this is more directed towards Horkham. She's just gonna be like, "Don't make fun of me, all right?"
I cannot make that promise.
Fair enough. Then she'll turn
Farida punches Horquim in the arm.
Ah,
in the wing.
No, in the arm.
In the
I'm assuming his wings are folded behind his back. The arm is more
yeah.
comfortable.
There's not enough space to move in here.
She'll just take a deep breath and then get started and just say, "Janice,
Yes, Karasi.
can you help deploy some of the holograms that I was using to practice with?"
Very well. Deployed. And there's just a and there's holograms that appear.
Cool. And she goes through a whole bunch of exercises, I guess. Making sure her stance is low into the ground, center of gravity, all that. You can tell I don't know how to actually fight with the lightsabers, so I'm just going off
No,
of
that's
what
actually
comes to my
pretty
head.
close. That's actually
Okay.
pretty close.
Yeah.
As someone who does actually know how to use a sword, that's pretty close.
I was also
Center
taking this
yourself,
from...
come to guard.
Yeah, like, I was just gonna say, I do guard, so I was taking some of that from guard practice.
Fair.
Well, not. Yeah.
Huh?
Not that guard. It's okay. Keep going.
Oh. I was talking color guard, never mind. Yeah, so she goes through a whole bunch. And then she requests that the difficulty of the holograms be upped by maybe a level or two. Uh-oh.
As happening, Horkham is just making periodic snide comments.
Oh? You have any on mind? I mashed up on hand and in mind.
I say, this is just. You keep leaning that far forward, you're gonna lose an eyebrow real quickly.
You lose an eyebrow, you said?
Yep.
Thanks. She's just taking it in stride. Even, I don't think she's fully comprehending if it was snide or not. She's like, all right, criticism, cool. From someone who can fight better than me, I'll take it. So she'll adjust her form, and then I guess once she's done, she'll turn over to Horquim.
When you turn back to Horquim and Farida, you see Farida just standing there like this, glaring at him for all the snide comments he's been making.
She's kind of pantsing a little bit, just like, what, did I miss something?
He's mean, as she just points at Horquim.
I mean, we knew that.
You hear from some voice from near Horkham's belt. Well, I think he's a cut above the wrist.
She'll like hold up
Farida,
her,
like,
she'll hold up her lightsaber and be just, like outwardly just say, "Whoops to the fuck."
Farida pulls out her mace.
The dagger took my accent.
Just ignore that. It's that's new.
No, don't ignore me. Fuck you.
Yeah, I gathered that was new. Who are you?
I'm the Dadger.
The what?
Here you say
The Dadger.
the dadger.
You heard me, child. I didn't stutter.
Okay. Damn.
Farida just goes, "Can I hit it?"
No.
I would not recommend that.
Is this part of your business? And like, we'll point to Horkham.
Maybe.
Fine, I'll take it.
Where did you get this?
So, don't worry about it.
Don't be lying, boy.
She puts the mace down, crosses her arms, and just looks at him.
It was a while ago. Just don't worry about it.
No, it won't. Don't lie, boy.
A few weeks ago.
See, we'll go right up to
Prior, it would have
Horicrim.
been a few days ago that it would have been only about a week ago that they were at Otara.
Oh goodness.
No
Cra-
lying,
Crassi-
boy. Don't make me.
Crassi will go right up to Horicrim, and I'm gonna do this for a perspective change, and just like lean down like this. Hands on her hips, everything. And kind of just cock her head to the side, like, really?
What?
You know that the more secrets that you keep from us might end up stabbing us in the back. Not literally. Well, maybe in this case, literally.
I like this one.
I will not apologize for art.
Art. Isn't your art stealing?
And what's your point?
Where did you get that? Farida has probably figured out with her 19 passive perception which thing on your belt is the dagger, so she'll point at it.
Hey, dear Horicrim.
You're taking too long to think, boy.
I got this about a week ago. To be fair, it was unattended. And it was, also wasn't just me. I had help.
2 and 2 together, or am I gonna have to roll for that?
You would have to roll for that because you were a little distracted.
Okay,
Because
fair
you
enough.
had girlfriend.
Very true. What am I rolling?
Insight.
Cool. Insight.
No,
to hear.
Horicrim, you're not rolling anything. Karasi is just putting 2 and 2 together. You just want to use your insanely high deception.
What? No.
That's a 15.
I'm gonna say that's. You get the idea that this may have something to do with the smoke and the explosion in Nashira's lab, but you're not entirely sure.
What's the point of the fact that my passive perception is 22?
That doesn't help you, darling. That's
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
In this situation, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, well, Karasi will then ask. Is that the dagger? Not dagger. Did you get that from Nashira's lab?
Maybe.
You can feel the dagger just
Maybe.
at you.
I might.
At me or at Horicrim?
At Horicrim.
And
What was that?
I might have. And
Oh,
Alright.
we
We
lost
lost someone.
Idris.
Idris says
Oh,
goodbye,
yeah.
everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Farida just sort of looks at you and goes, "You know, stealing from our friends is not nice."
Goodness. Horicrim, I would prefer if you didn't steal things from my partner.
oh, was that official? I didn't think that was just a.
We're not talking about that right now.
Okay.
We'll talk about it eventually.
You hush.
Nope.
Okay, can I turn you turn on mute just for me or anything?
Hmm?
Did you have a mute button?
Nope.
Okay. Or like a just in my head button?
Nope.
Oh god.
Farida just starts giggling and goes, "I like it."
I like you too, little one.
This is a terrible idea. Okay, you were saying about swords.
Yeah. I figure fighting against these holograms might not be enough practice for, let's say, real life combat.
Probably not, I would say.
I'm probably gonna regret this. Would you mind sparring with me?
You and me. Okay.
And no using the talking dagger.
Okay.
Aw.
I'll leave obviously, yeah. I'll leave the dagger and my gun next on honestly like where I was sitting and just take the saber out.
So you go to take the dagger off, and you set it down, and you look down, and it appears back on your hip.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's staying there.
Are you really?
Just unclip the.
You regret stealing that dagger now?
Yeah, give me a week.
Right. And she'll hold up her lightsaber in like a ready position.
I would say, but it's just like Horkheimer is going all out with this because he hears you okay you want to learn, sure, you will learn in the most painful way possible essentially.
And I'm going to say that these lightsabers do have essentially a stun setting.
Yeah.
So that way Horrorquim isn't actively cutting Karasi's head off repeatedly. So this is essentially on the stun setting. So she'll get like a couple burns from where he hits her, but not like permanent damage.
Yeah. What does Farida do during this time as Karasi is trying so desperately to block everything and at least get in a few jabs?
You just hear after a while, I think after the third time that Horrorquim sticks the point of his blade at your neck, Farida just goes.
Oh, okay.
Farida just goes, "Be nice."
You heard the lady.
Karasi will take that moment of distraction to immediately like knock the sword out, and then he'll.
Did you?
Some kind of roll. I feel like.
And I don't contest the dex. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do contested dex.
Okay.
Horrorquim, you have disadvantage because you're distracted.
That's fair.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just a straight dex.
Yep.
With disadvantage, 17.
Fuck. 13.
What did you say, Karasi?
13.
Yeah, so you almost get it, but as you're going to this, he just blocks you.
Okay.
Farida just goes, "That wasn't being nice."
To me now?
It's just combat training. It's not supposed. Okay.
She'll stop for a moment.
You could be gentler. She doesn't know as much as you.
She'll
and that's
stop
my
for a
big
minute.
sister.
Aww. She'll lower the lightsaber a bit and just go, "Yeah, you're going. You're going real hard."
What would Jack Frey say? Okay. You're doing better. I'll say that. And turn towards Farida. I appreciate it. Thank you, but you are okay. It's just almost everything we've met in the past few months has tried to kill us, and they're not exactly ready to be nice about it. So the faster we can get learn this, better.
Farida just glares at you.
Yeah, that tracks.
I mean, the more of those tricks that you do on me, the more I can just steal them from you.
Exactly.
Although, and she like rubs her neck and like in any sore spots. Once again, you do not go easy. Oh God.
Life isn't easy. Perhaps the saber back into his belt.
All right, I guess that's enough combat training for right now. And then she'll look at Farida and say, just thank you, Farida. I appreciate it.
I will say out of
Farida
character.
kind of
It just
waves.
I just assume anytime I go for the cowboy accent, it's just dagger voice essentially.
Yeah, that is unsurprising.
Embodied cowboy voice.
Disembodied cowboy voice. But the horror equipment, as you walk by Farida to get your gun, you feel a sharp pull on your tail. And Farida is
Yes?
standing there triumphantly holding one of your feathers.
I like this
Hey.
one.
Good form.
She just grins at you and hands the feather to Karasi. And she goes, "A trophy."
Oh. She's gonna try to stifle a laugh, but she's still grinning maniacally, just like, why, thank you, Farida. Orcrim, you have anything to say to me?
Just keep working on that. So it's looking better.
Do you have anything to say to me? Nothing that Farida wouldn't make me apologize for.
Essentially. I can say in front of the children.
I think that's as close to a genuine compliment as I'll get from you, so thanks.
Okay, now I must. Excuse me, I have to figure out what this thing does.
It's
Are
a
you?
Squid buddy system. You can do that with us in the same room as you.
I mean, okay, dealing with this for several hours.
You listen to the
like-
captain's orders.
I like him.
Cool down anyways.
Fine. Okay.
I imagine Horker just turns around and just sees two identical, like, grins. One
Yep.
shorter, the other taller.
One his height, one almost a full foot taller.
Short boy.
Okay, let's just go back to my cabin, I guess.
For those who are still in stream, thank you for indulging us, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's basically all I got.
Yeah.
Right.
So everyone goes back to their room,
Mhm.
and okay, yeah. Travis, do you have anything else?
Nothing that would take less
2
than 2
minutes?
minutes. Yeah.
So with that, that's where we're gonna end the session for the night.
Oh,
I'm so sorry I couldn't get more packed in.
No,
You're
this
good.
is good.
That's okay.
RP, we got good RP.
Yes.
we
Quite a
need
bit
to
of
let the
therapy.
people know
Yeah,
what our
absolutely.
characters' mindsets are, because I feel like it's
True.
been danger,
Yeah.
danger, danger.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
been danger, 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 and we started the stream. We know the characters. The
Yeah.
stream doesn't necessarily know the personalities. They've seen you guys in
Yeah.
combat. They've seen you kind of interacting.
Yeah.
And they're
But no.
gonna
Gives a
see
good
Now you
opportunity
get some
for
flavor.
y'all to know them.
They're
Thank
gonna
you,
get to see us
everyone.
all Cowboy in 2 weeks from now.
Yep. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. We
You
can't wait
can
to see
sit
you
more.
in 2 weeks.
Keep an eye
And
on
we
Twitter
w-
if you care.
Yep. There will be, remember, the one shots this Sunday, next Saturday, and at some point.
And at
Um,
some point.
Yeah, possibly next Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll figure
possibly
it out.
next
Who knows?
Tuesday.
Possibly
Watch
in
this
person next
space.
week's episode.
And we shall see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.